Today is the 12th day of the Omer, and the Midah is Hoyd Shebegvura, and we are at the kever of Rabbi Yossi Deman Yoikras. Hoyd Shebegvura tells us that when we restrain ourselves and act out of Yiras Shamayim, when we don't do something simply because HaKadosh Baruch Hu told us not to do it, this is Hoyd Shebegvura. Our actions themselves are restraint praises HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is why the Torah tells us a person should not say, I don't eat basar v'chalav, I don't eat a cheeseburger because it doesn't taste good, or it's not healthy. But rather a person should say, I do not eat this, or I do not do this, or I do not wear this because HaKadosh Baruch Hu instructed me to do so. This is Hoyd Shebegvura. There's a wonderful story of a man who went to a seminar of Arachim, a Shabbaton of Kiruv. He came there only because his wife schlepped him, and he was not interested in any of the speeches. And finally, during one of the speeches, he escaped. And he went outside and he saw one of the children of the rabbis playing, and he took a candy out of his pocket and he extended it to the child. He said, Kach mamtak, take a candy. And the child said thank you to him, and the child ran over to his mother, who was a few feet away, and said, Mommy, am I allowed to eat this? Is this kosher? And she carefully examined the wrapper. She says, yes, it's kosher. He says, Mommy, what bracha is this? And she tells him shahakol, and he makes the shahakol. The man who was not impressed by any speech, when he heard a child could restrain himself from wolfing down a candy he's given, but stopped and went to find out if it's kosher. And not only that, when he heard the child ask his mother, wait a second, what bracha do I make? He saw the child's restraint, the child's gvura. This sparked within him an interest in Judaism, and he became religious from this. This is Hoyd Shebegvura. This is the midah of what David HaMelech says in Tehillim, Va'astaper chukecha neged melachim v'lo evosh. I stand in front of all the kings when there is a convention of all the kings, and I don't have a problem getting up and saying, I need to daven now, or I can't eat this because this is not kosher. Asapra chukecha neged melachim v'lo evosh. I one time was traveling many years ago, around 30 years ago, by myself on a plane from Chicago to Philadelphia. And the plane was delayed, and it was coming time, almost mincha time. And I couldn't find a place. Where am I going to daven mincha? And finally I decided, you know what, I don't care. I'm going to go behind the counter of the check-in, and I'm in one of the gates, and I'm going to daven mincha there. I'm not going to be embarrassed. I go behind the gate, and what do I see? An Arab with his carpet rolled out, davening. And I said, if he can daven, then I can daven. This is Hoyd Shebegvura, when our actions speak the greatness of Hashem. The Chavetz Chaim, when he's giving us an example of what is Chil Hashem, he says Chil Hashem is speaking Lashon Hara. Lashon Hara defiles the name of Hashem. When we refrain from speaking Lashon Hara, this is a Kiddush Hashem. This is Hoyd Shebegvura. Hoyd is related to Hodaya, to thanking, to vidui, to admitting. Today, Hayoim, let us draw upon our inner strengths and apologize to someone that we owe an apology to. Let's confess from a place of gvura, of being strong. Either call or write and apologize, and know that by taking responsibility and apologizing, we are glorifying the name of Hashem Hayoim.